Hey folks, welcome back to Desert Adventures in Arizona. Hey, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that we're trying out this Wicking Box, it's called, for gardening here in southern Arizona. And I'm here to give you an update on how it's working and also show you how to make it. So, the flies are bad here. It's after monsoon season, so we're getting lots of flies. But anyway, let me show you what I got going here, and I'll answer any questions you have down in the comments. Let me show you our little garden area here. This is what previously was our chicken coop. I screened it in completely to keep the bobcats out, and the chickens had a safe place to roost. But since we've stopped raising chickens, we decided to turn it into a gardening area. And again, the screening helps to keep the rabbits out from eating the vegetables, and it works really well for gardening. So it's a raised bed, you can see down here. This is walking inside. And then back here, this is the first Wicking Box that we started. And the benefit of these is that they hold water for your plants. It's very dry down here in the desert, and so the challenge is keeping everything hydrated and growing. And it's very difficult to keep the water going. It takes a lot of water. So the idea with the Wicking Box, as I mentioned before, is you have a container and you water it, and it holds the moisture. And you can see by the pepper plants that we have here, my gosh, it's doing really well. So I decided, let's do another one. So I take these totes. This is a used tote. I try to use and reuse materials. Bought this tote for $100, cut it in half, and then you put a spigot on the bottom of it to release any excess water. And down here, that's how I have it plumbed in. You fill about the first 4 to 6 inches with sand. Now we have wash sand on our property. That's what I put in that tote over there. And then you put another 4 to 6 inches of gardening soil on top of that. And you can see how well it does. So we're going to expand our gardening and probably move some of these herbs into that tote over there. We have onions, mint, and quite a few other things. Okay, so this is the dry wash that runs through our property. You can see it's all sand. I put this cactus here to discourage the ATVers from driving through. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but anyway, I utilize this for a lot of things. Now when the monsoon rains come, and it rains up in the Silver Bell Mountains to the west of us, this is the watershed for that. But we have to get quite a bit of rain up there before we see it down here. We're probably 5 miles away from the mountain looking at this wash. So this is where I get my sand for a lot of different things. Gardening for the Wicking Box. And it works really well, and the price is right. Here's the sand that I brought up. I load it up in the back of my side-by-side, bring it up here, back it up to the door, and then I hand shovel it in to the buckets. Then I use the buckets to transfer sand into the tote. Okay, I've got it just about where I want it. Probably got 6 inches of sand in there. And the next step will be to head into town and buy some gardening soil. And we'll put that on top and then add water. Let it set for a week or so before we put any plants in it. Okay, so here we are with the garden soil on top of the sand, and you can see I have my drippers in place, and we'll be planting soon. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video about how to put together a wicking box. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and we'll see you next time.